Hello everybody, Chris Moore from Garland ISD Communications, and as most of you know, we have recently named a new superintendent, Dr. Bob Morrison, and we are privileged to be with him today. Take time from his schedule to come over and get to know us a little bit more and get to know you. Dr. Morrison, appreciate you taking the time, come over and talking to everybody.
Good to be here.
You are in the district now, you've been here a month. Big district, lots of folks out there in the community, lots of folks in the schools, anxious to get to know you. I know you've been out and about visiting who you can, but this is a big place. Now's an opportunity to kind of tell these folks that haven't had the chance to meet you yet, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I grew up in Oklahoma, went to high school in the Oklahoma City area in a town called Moore, went on to Oklahoma Baptist University, got my bachelor's degree, and then went back to Moore, into the Moore public school system, and became a teacher and a coach. And then received my master's degree from the University of Central Oklahoma, superintendency from the University of Oklahoma, and then my doctorate from the University of Phoenix. And education has always been a big part of my life, and through my professional career, I've always looked for opportunities to continue that advancement, and it's been a great ride so far. I've really enjoyed it.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here in Garland. I know that you're very proud of your family as well, wife and 3 kids.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about them.
My wife, Beth, she is a high school counselor and currently back in the district where I previously was the superintendent. And I have a daughter who's a senior. Her name is Riley. And then I have a 10-year-old, Breck, and a 7-year-old, Bryn. And both of the 7 and the 10-year-old will be coming to Garland next year. One will be in middle school and one will be in elementary school. So looking forward to having them involved in Garland ISD education.
And your senior is going on to Boomer Centerland, correct?
University of Oklahoma.
All right, there you go.
Absolutely.
All right.
Boomer Center.
A lot of firsts for you over the first few weeks in the district. I know you've been out and about. You've gotten to meet some teachers and visit with some campuses. Recently visited with the Superintendent Student Advisory Council. What are some of the most interesting things that you've learned so far about Garland?
You know, I think whether it's a Chamber of Commerce event, or whether like today when we visited with the juniors and senior representatives from each of the high schools, the people here, regardless of the age, have a tremendous pride for the district. And that is something that is directly attributed to Dr. Colwell's leadership previously to mine, and just the longevity of people who just want to be involved in the district. There's a lot of people that work for the district that have been here a very, very long time. They're extremely happy. And I think that culture that was established years ago from even superintendents before Dr. Colwell, I think that is what draws people to Garland, drew me to Garland, made me want to pursue this job because of the reputation. And I think that's the thing that you learn the most. You don't know before you come. You only hear stories, but then when you're here, you see it in reality, and that's what makes it real special. So that's been the best part, is hearing the good things I heard when I was looking at the opportunity to come here, and what I've seen is exactly correct. And then that's the most exciting part.
You've got a very aggressive goal. You want to get out and hit each of the 71 campuses before school lets out for the summer.
Right, and I will, and I'll have a chance to talk to each of the faculties. And I think the most important thing is just for, in small little doses, people get to know me, what the things I value the most when it comes to education. There's a great foundation here, but things are always changing, technology's changing, curriculum changes. There's just so many things that we have to adjust to. And, it's good to go out and talk to everyone that's out there working. The hardest workers are the teachers and the staff members and the paraprofessionals. Don't overlook, the bus drivers and the cafeteria workers and the maintenance people, the schools. Every time I go into a school, they're extremely clean. That just doesn't happen just because, you hire someone. There's a lot of people involved, from the people that are actually cleaning it to the people who are supervising them. So I think it's that pride aspect and just getting to know people and that feedback from them on, how to then set a vision for where we need to take Garland ISD in the next 5 to 10 years. And
you taking a district there, change is something that it makes some people nervous, quite honestly. And this is a district that you are only the 9th superintendent in 111 years. That's unheard of.
I know.
How do you plan to lead us, to get us there, to assess what's gone on, see what's going well, see what may need improvement, and then combine those things and merge them and go forward?
I think your question kind of lends to almost the answer. I always tell people, you know, we were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. So when you go in anywhere new, listen twice as much as you speak. And I think what I'm doing right now is trying to listen to each of the directors, the coordinators, teachers, students, take in as much information as possible. Right now, I couldn't tell you what needs to change. I don't know that. I don't know enough about it yet to make that kind of decision. But once I get a good idea, then as a district, with the board's help, we'll go through a strategic planning process where we will sit there and outline the next 5 years on what we're going to do in Garland ISD. We'll involve community people in that process. And what ends up happening is if you have those set of goals that everybody in the community has been involved in, then it makes those decisions so much easier. So then when people say, why are we changing, it doesn't really matter what you say, you know, well, why are we changing this? It's because, well, we've been through a process and studied that for the last year and a half, and that's what the community expects, that's what the teachers expect, and that's what, quite frankly, where we need to be going. And so that's how you make change not seem so harsh. It's that collective, unified goal setting.
What is your goal for a graduating senior?
You know, the graduation is such an exciting time, especially for the parents. Me, as a parent this year, I'm going to have my daughter walk across stage. And what I hope for her when in the district that she was in was that school district did everything they could to prepare her for whatever goals she set forth, and I think they did that. And as the superintendent in Garland, what I want for every student, when they walk across the stage and I shake their hand, and if they wanted to go to a 4-year university in the state of Texas or outside the state of Texas, we've done everything that we could do to prepare them for that, help them achieve those goals, and then ultimately go be successful. It's not just about attending college, it's being successful and graduating from college. That would be, you know, from an instructional standpoint on college readiness, what's important. But also, if you have a student who truly is great with their hands and they're, you know, example, they're an automotive, they do automotive repair. And that's what they want to do with the rest of their life. They want to go, you know, work for someone and open up their own shop. Well, you still need those math skills and those accounting skills if you're ever going to own a business. So that's why you tell them it's important to be in that Algebra 2 class and learn everything that you need to learn. But along the same line, you want to give them the opportunity to learn that skill set in different programs, in career tech programs throughout the district, so that they can go out and achieve their goals. And there's value in both of those career paths. And I think that's the most important thing. We want students, when they walk across stage, when I shake their hand, for them to say, you prepared me for my future. That's the goal. And I can't think of anything better.
So instruction is critical.
Absolutely, at every level. It doesn't matter what avenue you go into.
Instruction supports everything that we're going to do here in this district.
It will be the driving force around all the decisions in the strategic plan, and it will be the catalyst of the future of Garland ISD.
So as we finish up this school year here, the next few months, take a wrap to your first school year, the end of the semester, graduation. What are you looking forward to over the next few months?
I think the most important thing as far as for me is to take the time just to get to know everyone, and what I'm looking forward to is that. I don't know anybody. It's an exciting, you know, part of being new is you don't know anybody. Also the exciting part is getting to know people. And so my next 2 to 3 months is really trying to develop relationships with people in the community. You know, I have, you know, the privilege of working for 3 cities, you know, Sachse, Rowlett, and Garland. And there's 3 Chamber of Commerces I need to get to know, and there's Rotary groups and Lions clubs and all sorts of organizations out there that support a lot of things that we do within Garland ISD. I think that's the most exciting thing, is getting out there and developing those relationships.
Dr. Morrison, we appreciate you taking the time, visiting with us, letting our viewers get to know a little bit more about you. And I know you're going to be out and about, schools, campuses, meeting teachers, students, parents, and I know they look forward to it. We look forward to letting you meet those people. And again, we thank you for stopping in and visiting with us today.
You're welcome.